Hello friends, my name is Shivam from Devops Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
No, what we did here, actually, we created a pod. So we shared that one
First, what we have done is we have created a directory MNT data in our worker node. Okay. Inside that directory, we have created. Inside that directory, we have put a file index.html. Is it right?
Yeah.
Now, I want to map that data directory with my pod. So I create a persistent volume, then I create a persistent volume claim. Then I created a pod, and in that pod, I have given reference to that persistent volume claim. Okay. So once the pod has been launched, it will be automatically mapped to that particular MNT data directory. Go to that worker node again. We have worker node open now. Go to CD MNT data. ls. Open that vi index.html.
Yeah.
Modify that vi space index.html. Hello from Sai or something, you write it. Save it. Go to that master. Then again do curl. Okay, go inside the pod. Do again curl. Now get it? Clear?
Yeah.
This can be accessed using a browser also. Okay.
Because we take a Nginx, right? Web server, then we can.
It can be accessed using a browser, but we need to expose this outside Kubernetes cluster. Let me do that also. We can expose them outside Kubernetes kubectl. If I type get svc, currently there is no service which is exposed. If you want to expose it, expose. Mod kubectl expose on task -p -pot remove less vi storage pod.yaml, and here on the line of name, we need to create a LABELS labels. After label, give two more spaces. After, don't put tab or anything, just put spaces. After label, put 2 more spaces. So my pod colon web, anything you can write and save it. Then kubectl, again apply it with the new changes. Now to kubectl expose pod, it has been exposed. Now if you see kubectl get svc, task PV pod has been created, but task PV pod has been, now I need to expose it using hyphen type equal to node port, and the name of the service I called it storage pod. Now if I type kubectl get pod, get svc, it is now accessible using 30874. So if I copy the master node and paste it here, -019 colon 30874 30874. Hello from Ghost. What do you mean? In storage pod, okay. After the name, put a labels my pod colon web. Okay. It should be on the commit -m storage pod with labels. Git push -new origin master. Once you put that label, okay, then expose the pod using this node port. Then give kubectl get svc. It will show you the port number. You just need to copy that master node URL colon whatever the port number is there. Do it. Understand now what you need to do? If you open that code in the GitHub, you can see now I have put labels. So put labels colon, press enter. Then after that, or copy paste that whole code. Create another storage one.pod. Then do kubectl apply. Do not forget. Once you create it, kubectl apply the new pod. So it will automatically update your previous pod with label. Then expose it. Get svc will show you that in which port number it has been exposed. Copy the master machine URL colon and the port number. You can see the output.
So I have a question. So while we did all this exercise, can you give a relation that encapsulate summarize everything, let's say if we have a application deployed, right, and then we create
So what we have done is, first we have created a folder in one of my worker node. Okay, and store some data into it. Okay, this is the thing what we have done it. Then from the master machine, we have created a PV and attach that resistant volume to my worker node storage by giving the host path. Then we create a PVC claim, like from that volume also. On that volume, I am using 3 GB of storage. Then we launch a pod. After launching that pod, we mount the same. Then we launch a pod. We mount the same. Then we launch a pod. We mount the same with the storage. Okay, the pod with the storage. So to verify that my pod is communicating, my pod is communicating with the storage. To verify my pod is communicating with the storage, what we have done is to verify my pod is communicating with the storage. To verify my pod is communicating with the storage, I log in inside the pod, do a curl command and verify it. Okay, till here we have done it. After that, what we have done is we need to verify the same outside my Kubernetes cluster. To do the same, we expose the functionality. So we expose the functionality using functionality of my pod using an SVC. Then we query the SVC service that which port it is exposing. Using a browser, I can see the same output. Okay. So if you do not expose, it is not accessible outside Kubernetes cluster. Clear?
Yeah, it is clear, but like, I just wanted to relate it to the little bit high level. When you draw the picture a little bit earlier, where you have one box with the master and then you have several boxes with the pod. This is what we are doing, like, we connecting to the pod and then from the master to the one of the worker node, we create a pod over there and then the storage inside it.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Okay. So in real world example, we deploy all the application and everything in that particular the pod worker node. Inside that the pod we created, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we can do the validation as well during the install night.
Using EXECIT, I can go inside the pod and check that it is communicating with my storage or not.
And also we can check it on the expose on the browser as well.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But by default, it is not there. You need to expose it, okay, using Notepad.
Yeah. So we need to do all the exercise of what we created. Like, let's say if I wanted to see my endpoint, right, or my image itself, right, then I can do this exercise exposing.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you.
Done, all of you? Can you access the app from outside your cluster? The next thing we will do is we will deploy a full stack application, okay, full stack Spring Boot app on this Kubernetes cluster. Yeah.
Will you show that multi-container?
That is coming on, like we'll deploy and full stack. Okay, we'll deploy on full stack container. When we talk about full stack means like Spring Boot, MySQL, and React app, okay, with persistent volume and secret. We'll deploy them. Full stack, Spring Boot, MySQL, and React app on Kubernetes with persistent volume, and we'll use secret also, or we call it config manager. To do the same, first what we will do is as we are deploying a MySQL database, I don't want to store the secret in a plain text format. I'll give a command kubectl. There is an option of creating secret. Kubectl create secret, generic MySQL -root -pass from LITERAL equal to PASSWRD password equal to, I put the password as R0000. I'll create a secret. That is the root pass I have created. The next thing I will create an user password also. So user pass, with user pass, I need to provide something called as username also. Literals equal to username. I called it PALLITOD. Yeah. Literal username and similar to that from literal equal to password PFSWORD equal to from literal username. I have put calculator. I can from literal equal to password equal to CN C@LI 1C0D3R. I created a username and password also. Now I need to create some kubectl create secret. I need to create that URL also.
But you given MySQL user pass secret name. In one secret you created a username and password, is it?
The first one is by default in MySQL, you have root user always there. Okay. For root user, I have created a password. Okay. Then I created a normal user. The name of the user I put calculator, and this is the password I have defined for that user. Okay. Clear? Understand now?
Right.
Generic MySQL -db -URL from -LITERAL equal to database, and the name of the database I will do polls -from LITERAL equal to URL equal to I cannot remember it. But I copy paste it. I need to create that. JDBC URL. Let's see if home. Let me delete it. CTL, delete, secret, and SQL-DB. I have created a DB URL also. kubectl create secret generic DB URL database pool from literal URL will be JDBC connection MySQL colon polling app MySQL port number will be 3306.
You not had created the database, right? How you got URL?
I will create the database first. I'm creating the secrets. Okay. The root username, the normal username, and the URL. Okay. Clear?
How you got URL? From where you got URL?
For that, I will deploy it. I'm coming on that. Full stack. Bring up. I have already a MySQL deployment ready.
No, you given secret you created, right? For URL. The from where you got that URL?
Yeah. Just give me a second. If you look into this code of deploying MySQL, what I have done is, you can see it in your end also. Here, I have created a persistent volume of 250. It should not use more than 250 MB. Host path, it should be mounted with MNT data. Okay. Then I have defined an claim of 250 MB.
To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the 3D99 plan and grow your skills immensely.
Then in the third line, third API version kind service metadata polling app MySQL. Okay, I have defined while deploying my MySQL database. Okay, I am telling that MySQL database should have this metadata polling app MySQL. Okay, in deployment. You can see that I am using MySQL 5.6, but I'm defining that it should have a polling app MySQL. Okay, the same thing I have defined here also. polling app MySQL colon 3306. Understand?
What is it? JDBC? JDBC?
Who will tell about JDBC? What is
I'm
JDBC?
not aware of that. No, I'm not aware of that. That's why I'm asking.
There are 16 people. Who will tell me what is JDBC?
Yeah, Gopal, JDBC is a Java driver for connecting with Oracle database.
Oracle, MySQL, any database, is it right?
Any database. Yes, correct.
So what I am doing is my Spring Boot application, how it is going to communicate with MySQL database using JDBC driver. Okay.
Okay,
Clear?
got it.
And if you look into my MySQL code also, I made it very simplified with all the explanation I have given in this. Okay. Like inside one single code, I have put it should create a persistent volume. Then the second API started, it will create a claim. Third API, it will create a service. And finally, fourth API, it will deploy your MySQL database. Okay. Secret reference, I have given it like this, that MySQL root password I have created area. DB URL I have defined it, secrets. Username I have defined it. Okay. Go through this code, take 5 minutes time. Means everything I have put it inside one. If I type kubectl apply -f MySQL.yaml, you can see that a persistent volume created, persistent volume claim created, service has been created, deployment has been created. Okay. Now if you type kubectl get PV, we have 250 MB of persistent volume, PVC. We have two MySQL PV claim is there. Kubectl get SVC. My polling app is the SQL database is exposed in port 3306. kubectl get deploy also will show you the database polling app MySQL database is also running it. Even if you give kubectl get SCCL, you can see that all the secret you have created, DB URL, root password, and user password. If you kubectl describe secret SCCREP my-SQL my-SQL-root -pass. Password is there, but it has been encrypted. Now what we have done is we have deployed MySQL container. What next? We will deploy the Spring Boot app also. We need to first deploy the poll app server. Yeah. We'll deploy this polling app server. That will be the second step we are doing is we are deploying the Spring Boot app. And Spring server YAML. In Spring server also, like we have defined, what we have done is we have created deployment, name, label, app, name and label we have defined. Specification, I told him to use replica as one. Okay. We define match label also. Template, in template I have defined that it should deploy a polling app server. Okay, it should download this Calicoder polling app server image. Then it should be deployed on port 8080. Somebody has asked me that resource limit, so I have put the resource limit here. Okay, CPU point to memory this much. Okay, and environment, I put Spring data source username value secret key from MySQL user paths username. Data source password also I have defined it here. Once it is deployed, I want to expose this in port 8080 using service. kubectl apply -f Spring server. So you can see that the deployment and service has been created. So now if I type kubectl get deploy, polling app server, it has come. It has come up. If I give a command kubectl get pod also. Polling app MySQL is running. Polling app server is also running. Now if I give kubectl get svc, polling app server is running on 32279. 32279. It will take a little bit time to communicate. And finally, this is not the this is a Spring app. On top of that, I have deployed a React app also. That will be the interface for you. Client. There also I have declined React app, nothing else. The front end part. And YAML. Insert kubectl apply content YAML. kubectl deploy. kubectl deploy. Let me delete that engine deployment. kubectl get deploy. Polling app server. The front end get ready. Updated, not yet ready. Look at this time polling hyphen client. This is not yet this time for POD. It will take some time to communicate with each other. These are the command I have given you. This is the command you can use it to deploy that whole polling app with front end. And this is the GitHub link where you will get full stack Spring app.
So Gopal, the first exercise you did is like, to encrypt the database,
No, first thing I have done is I have created an user by default when you deploy a MySQL server. So root user is there. So I create a secret for the root user. Okay.
Right.
Then I create my custom user. Okay. I created a custom user with password. Then I create something called
that actually first you created the root password, right? You haven't shared that your command.
The MySQL
I have put it in the chat.
Not there, it's not there. Password for password, I'm asking root password.
Okay, I give you till delete. HISD or YSD. All command creators YAML creators dot txt file. Then use init and with commit -m initial all command creators with push -u origin. I have uploaded all the commands also in the GitHub. All the 500 commands I have written it. I have uploaded. Okay. So what we have done, we have created one root user, a password for the root user. After creating password for the root user, I have created a normal username and password using kubectl secret. Then I have created Then I have created an URL so that my Spring Boot app can communicate with my database. Okay. Then we deploy the MySQL database. In that, I have put all the reference of username, password, and the URL. Then I deployed my Spring Boot app. On top of that, I deployed the React.js. All the three codes are being given in that Spring framework. Then take it out. Means if you have a multi-container application, front end, back end, and a logic is there, you can deploy it like this. Okay. And all the YAML file I have created, okay, with explanation I have put it in that GitHub. That front end GitHub, the Spring, what is the GitHub? Full stack Spring app. Okay. Whatever I have teach you about Kubernetes from yesterday till today, like for this one, those things I have used. My department of YAML, try to understand if you cannot understand anything on that. And you can see the references, the secret reference I have provided, how I have provided in MySQL.
So basically in this exercise, we did one pod with you have a three containers. One is a database, like you created that. The other one is like the front end,
And the logic also.
and the service layer, which is service logic, business logic, right?
Yes.
The three. Okay.
With volumes and secret also I have provided.
Yeah. In Fidelity, in every tier, we have we need to encrypt it. We have to encrypt the username password. Not only that, but we have already these security layers as well.
Yeah. So we have defined, to define security, you can use kubectl secrets.
Okay.
I define the secret using kubectl secret option. You can see that. Once created, kubectl get describe secret. If any secret, if you want to see it, also mysql -db root -pass describe secret mysql. The secret is encrypted, you cannot see it.
So how it is different when we have the role-based applications, because we write role-based applications. Not all the user have an access to everything.
The secret option will be available. Like, you don't have access to creating secret.
No, we have an ability to do this secret. What I mean to say that
I apply this
have,
secret to a particular role using RBAC, role-based access control, like we have done it in dashboard.
yeah.
You create a service account and using cluster role binding, you can apply this.
Okay, cool.
Everyone, did you understand how to deploy a multi-container application? a 3-tier app on Kubernetes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone, did you got it or not? Do you use Go languages?
Go languages, which is that? No, I never heard about it. Has anybody?
Anybody heard about Go?
Is that extensively used now? Like that was developed by Google only, right?
Yes. All the
Yeah,
Go
haven't-
languages.
Yeah.
Docker only written in Go language, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
The whole Docker is being written on Golang. I mean, Kubernetes is using Golang. Yeah. If you want to be a developer, Kubernetes developer, so you have to use Golang. It's similar to, if you know Java, you can easily learn Golang. Okay? Similar to that, much more simplified.
It's always a correct thing that, when the Google introduce something, right, and all the other industry follow.
Like if you want to create some custom module in Kubernetes, in that type of scenario, you have to use Golang.
Time it will take to up the deployment. Actually, I did server deployment, Spring Boot server deployment, but it's not available still. It's been already 6 minutes.
Server deployment, it should be one by one. There is no error.
Yeah, no. It's for me. It's showing it's available is 0. See, for you, it's showing client for available is 0, right?
Yeah. Client is 0, but server is also 0.
Yeah, one by one is there, but available is 0 is there.
Like server mine is showing 1, MySQL is showing 1, polling app client is showing 0. Is it right?
Came out. Available one.
It takes a polling app. I don't know. There is some issue with that app, and otherwise it will come up. Server should be up and running in seconds.
Now it's up and running. It's working fine. Fine, Gopal.
Please enroll our general membership for $3.99 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.